What's going on, folks? Eddie Carrington, Mayor of Flux City. And last week I ended up getting a pretty hefty bill from DTE regarding my electric bill. And it came out of nowhere, $13,500. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because all of my bills up to this point are paid and we're caught up, no issues. But to get this retroactive bill from DTE from an adjustment or an assumption of what one of my meters is kicking off, it threw me off a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. So I made a phone call to DTE and I have somebody coming out today to hopefully do a little bit of inspection and research as to figuring out just why I ended up getting such a high bill from them in the first place. And I'm hoping they can figure this out because there's no way I'm about to pay $13,500 for this ghost bill. So hopefully we can figure it out today.
The reading should be between 3,168 and 39,808. It's a wide range.
That sure is. Help me understand.
But the actual reading is 00281. That's the actual. That's what I'm getting today.
Okay.
00281. So you can see the vast difference.
Right.
They probably sent you that bill because I know I've been here a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, and couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
So
now you're able
they
to.
They sent you a big bill.
They sent me a pretty big bill.
Yeah. So once they get this, as soon as I hit send, it'll be in the system.
Okay. And so that bill could potentially correct itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it turns out the culprit was the house meter. And for whatever reason, they were kicking off an estimated bill based off of our house meter as opposed to an actual reading. And it just didn't make any sense based off of what their assumed rate of usage came up to be as opposed to the actual number. Once they were able to see the actual meter and see the usage of it, they're now in turn able to get a better idea of just how much this meter is being used, how much power we're using with regard to the run of the house equipment, such as the hallway lights, the parking lot lights, the hallway heaters that we have, which are somewhat energy efficient. They are electric and they do a pretty good job, but there's no way that we should be spitting out an average of 2,000 plus a month on our house meter. And so luckily the guy came out and he was able to identify a potential issue. He said he'd had a few issues when he came to the site in the past, not being able to access the site. But anytime they gave us a call and let us know they'd be here, we're always here. In some cases, they wouldn't give a call, or for whatever reason, they wouldn't gain access to the interior of the site due to improper scheduling and planning with us. But it is what it is. I'm hoping that they can get this corrected because it just doesn't make any sense, once again, to be spending 2,000 plus monthly on our house meter when this facility isn't really that large and everything that we've installed is pretty efficient to a certain extent. I'll keep you posted on that, and fingers crossed that I can avoid a $13,000 electricity bill from DTE. Speaking of electric bills, I'm actually going through the units and readjusting the thermostats to bring them down a bit. I have some units that have bills in excess of $100 a month, some that are around 50, but I just want to get them all down to about 30 to 40 bucks, maybe even lower, especially with it being warmer. The units have had their opportunity to settle a little bit, and I just want to save a little bit of money with regard to my operating expenses for this site. And so here I am now readjusting the thermostats and getting to a point where hopefully we have an opportunity to save a couple bucks. Now, one of the challenges with these thermostats is that I've done this in the past. I've brought the temperatures down, but didn't pay attention to the scheduling that these more advanced thermostats come with, where you may bring it down, but then in the fine print it says Okay, we'll bring your temperature down from 70 or 65 to 57 until 6:30 p.m. And at 6:30 p.m. it jumps back up to a temperature that you didn't set, or maybe you did, but in this case, I want the temperature to kind of stay consistent in order for us to avoid that extra fee that comes with these higher temperatures and these unattended units. So one thing I didn't realize was these refrigerators are pumping right now. So what I'm gonna do is basically turn them off until we actually get a tenant moved in to these units as well. But this refrigerator in general was pumping. It was on one of its coldest settings. And so that's not good either. Even though these are Energy Star refrigerators, if nobody is living in these units, why is that refrigerator at its coldest setting? So we made that adjustment today as well throughout the units that are not rented out as of yet. So I'm on my second to last unit. Oh no, the infamous fire alarm beep. After DTE has come to the site, read my house meter with hopes that they're going to bring down my $13,500 bill down to something a little bit more reasonable, I had an opportunity to lay down roughly 20 bags of mulch. I went to Lowe's. The bags of mulch were $2 a bag, and I was able to replenish some of the mulch that has been blown away, scraped away over the last season. And I once again like to do things like that myself, because if I were to have somebody else manage it, we're looking at pretty penny, and therefore my landscaping company will manage it and basically bill the property accordingly. But having an opportunity to spread that mulch down, and now I'm headed to the city dump to drop off some of the leaves that accumulated over the last. Now I'm headed to the city dump to drop off a few bags of leaves that I was able to collect last time I was at the site and did a little cleanup. And I'm going to the Davison location. There are 3 different sites that we as city residents can drop off things like leaf bags and mattresses and appliances and rubbish, just anything, right? As long as it's not construction debris. Even though I think they said that they eventually start allowing for construction debris to be dropped off. As of right now, I am not confident that we're able to drop off construction debris at the city dump. I'm hoping that this is an easy process. I got 8-9 leaf bags in the back of my pickup truck. This isn't rocket science. I just want to drop them off and keep moving. I'm also hoping that they're still open. They say they're open until 6. We shall see if that's true or not. It's 4:47, so wish me luck. How you doing, boss?
What's up, bro?
You all right?
How many you got back here, man?
I don't know, 7, 8.
Right here in this front of this, right where them little brush at.
Yeah.
You can fit in there, big bro.
Okay, thank you, boss.
You got a pen right there.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah.
Filled up, man.
I see, man.
Be bad, man. Squeeze you in here, big bro.
I appreciate that. This place is full. I'm talking to the brim. And so, luckily he let me drop this stuff off. But it sounds like if I had any more, it could have been a scenario where I wouldn't be able to throw these bags away. So we're in. Just dropping off about 8 bags of leaves to the city dump. That place was full. I mean, I'm coming at the close to the end of the day. They close at 6 and it's 4:54. And so it looks like none of the cans were emptied throughout the day. And by the time I get there, there really isn't any room for me to toss these bags of leaves into the waste dumpster, the yard waste dumpster. But luckily the gentleman allowed for me to still throw them in whatever space was left. And so I'm thankful for that. And my mission of cleaning up the yard at the ribbon site is accomplished. And I do want to point this out once again. This isn't really sustainable, especially as I'm working on other projects. As they start coming online, I'm not going to be the one that is going around and doing the yard work for all of these different properties. More than likely I'm not. I don't mind it, but as I scale, I'm assuming that that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to need to hire out. And so in my previous video, I asked about any lawn service entities that you may know over there on the east side of Detroit. Send them my way. And I love to kind of get quotes and kind of get an idea of what these entities are capable of in order to kind of keep this grass and my mulch where it needs to be.